Что ж, продолжаю я для вас, ребята, прохождение игры «Мишка со мной». Мы наконец вышли из своей комнаты, и вроде бы как я больше ничего в ней не взял, так как там ничего и не осталось полезного. Из своей комнаты я вышел просто по двери, бешено клацая левой кнопкой мыши. И в итоге все-таки наши герои согласились выйти, так как реально в комнате больше уже искать было нечего. Вот. Ну, теперь давайте дальше все тут осматривать. Мы можем нож применить на какой-то из коробок?
I can't use that.
Да почему ты не можешь использовать? Это ж нож.
I can't use that.
Ладно, не хочешь, не надо. Часы.
It belonged to my grandpa. I don't think it works, but it sure is loud.
Ну, если им верить, то сейчас 2 часа 15 минут. Вроде бы как. Комната Флинта, комната Эмбер, ванная. Но прежде чем заходить в комнату Флинта, давайте мы с вами... Странное украшение.
It's just weird.
Yep, it's weird.
Ну ладно. Давайте зайдем в ванну. Почему бы и нет?
It's so dark in here, Ted. I can't see anything.
The light is busted. We'll have to find a flashlight or something.
Ясно. Батарейка у нас уже есть, осталось только найти сам фонарик. Так. Зайдем туда в комнату Флинта. Так уж и быть.
Wait, it's locked. But why?
This is mighty suspicious, doll. Wasn't there a hole in the study wall? You know, that one that you used to crawl through when you were younger.
You're right, Snoop. Maybe I can still fit through. It's worth checking out.
Так, дырка в стене в шкафу. Это то есть надо обратно возвращаться, что ли? Ну хорошо, прежде чем мы это сделаем, давайте все поисследуем, что мы имеем здесь. Посмотрим. Здрасте.
Rust. Hey there, Rust. It's been a while.
Sure has, Snoop. Still walking the beat?
Not lately. I finally took some time out to sort things out.
He's pretending he's retired. It takes a lot out of him, apparently.
Well, you couldn't have picked a worse time to retire, Snoop. Things are getting close to boiling point down in the city.
What's going on, Rust?
Wish I could tell you, Bear. I'm as clueless as the rest of them. One thing I know is that I was working at the steel mill one day. The damn place got blown up.
Have you seen Flint, Rusty? Millie told me he might be missing.
I'm sorry, little miss. I'm afraid I haven't seen your brother. But I'm sure he's fine. Flint is a tough kid. Besides, no one has left or entered this room since I got here.
We've heard rumors about some red man. Know anything about that?
I sure do. He's the damn reason all this is happening, Bear. So this Red shows up down in PC. This was a week ago. He goes after the thugs first. Gathers information and such. No one thought nothing of it. A couple of beaten up lowlifes here and there. It's a common trait with these guys, you know? Then, the fire started. I hear a couple of guys down from the coal district gathered a posse. Try to corner this bird. No one heard from him since. And those guys are miners, Bear. They're as tough as nails.
Who is?
Those guys, Ted.
What kind of information is he after?
Well, here's the funny part, Snoop. I heard he was asking a lot of questions about our beloved Miss here. That's why I'm here. After Doris and the kids left the city, I figured I'd come here and make sure Amber stays safe. Now, don't you be dragging her on one of your ill-advised adventures, Bear.
Are you kidding me? Anyways, why would this guy be going around asking about her? You know anything about this, doll? Anyone whose life you're messing with? Besides mine, I mean. Angry boyfriend, perhaps?
Don't get smart. I never heard of this red guy until tonight. Besides, you're the only man in my life, Bear.
Who's getting smart now? So, what kind of information is this guy after, Rust?
Haven't I told you about this already? He's asking about our little miss here. Is he all right?
He's fine. He's just sleepy and grumpy and, like, totally not drunk.
Nah, I'm fine. I'm just sleepy and grumpy because she dragged me out in the middle of the night on some wild goose chase.
Nice to see you two are getting along after all these years.
Блин, тут такие прекрасные диалоги, мне нравятся. Вот, конечно, они затянутые, и в таких квестовых играх ждешь, пока они все закончат болтать, конечно, немного утомляет. Но самое главное, что любопытно наблюдать за разговорами персонажей. Довольно-таки неплохо.
We've heard the city is in lockdown.
Sure is. It's been like that since the mill exploded. The official statement is that there was a gas leak down in the basement level, but we all know better.
So you think it wasn't an accident? You think someone is trying to cover something up?
I wouldn't go that far, miss. My suspicion is that the officials don't want to make a big deal out of it. Keep the folks at ease.
What about the mill owner, that Dietz fellow? He made any enemies lately? Filed any big insurance claim or something?
Nah, Bear. Mr. Dietz is a straight-up bird. Besides, his son was down at the mill when it happened. Kid got a little ear buzz is all.
How'd you escape?
I used the east tunnel maintenance shaft, but the thing was getting close to collapsing. I think they closed it off completely after I got through.
So no one leaves or enters the city at this point?
That's what the lockdown implies, Bear. Folks are still escaping, though. I hear some of them got here through the tunnels. Them mugshot boys were the first to flee, and poor old Millie. I hear she got here safe.
Millie's in my room. She's resting.
Bless your kind heart, little miss. I'll stay here in the hallway. Keep an eye out.
Can you do it, Rust? You seem kind of tired.
I ain't no bunny, little miss. Some buster tries to pull a fast one on me, I'll give him a little chin music before I drop a dime on him to the elbows.
What?
He's saying he can do it. You know anything about the Yellow King?
Not really. I guess they left the thing wide open, like open to interpretation. I personally didn't think much of it.
Well, we better get cracking. Catch you later, Rust.
Sure thing, Snoop.
Thank you, Rusty. Bye.
Bye, little miss. Don't worry about your brother. I'm sure he's alright.
Жесть. Блин, я думал, там мы с челом там просто подойдем, там побеседуем там 5 секунд и уйдем. А тут реально завязали диалог, порасспрашивали, так красиво пообщались. Жесть, класс. Мне нравится эта игра, чисто нравится. Я поначалу думал, что будет какая-то дичь трэшовая, но хоть эта игра и безумная, в плане того, что у девчонки такая фантазия по поводу всего, но все это довольно-таки красиво смотрится, вроде как.
It's a tree, like the ones outside, only this one is inside. It's creepy. I don't like it. For when you get tired of walking up and down this hallway. There should be a key around here somewhere, unless someone took it.
Так, где-то должен быть ключ от комнаты родителей.
A
Хорошо.
painting, or is it?
А где-то здесь, именно где-то здесь?
It's all dried up, serving as a reminder of life's fleeting nature. A painting, or is it some sort of ink blot test?
Точка сохранения.
A save point. Nah, just kidding. What is this, Resident Evil? We have autosave, you dingus.
Это что у нас, Resident Evil? Ну да, спасибо, подкол засчитан. Кто не знает, в той игре сохраняться нужно было в определенных местах. Вот, и только если у тебя есть определенные предметы. Это было довольно-таки неудобно. Когда тебе приходилось решать, сохраняться или не сохраняться. Хорошо, подкол засчитан. Так. Может тут что есть?
My old trusty lamp. I never walk around this hallway without her.
Так. Вот эти вот выгины на ковре, ну, Мы с ними не взаимодействуем, значит под ними, наверное, ничего нет. Ладно, кабинет. В кабинет мы зайти можем. Может быть, тут что-то иметь будем в плане ключа. Наверное, здесь есть ключ. Так, я так понял, это кабинет нашего отца. Довольно-таки солидно. Дыра в стене. А вот самая дырка, про которую нам так говорили. Ну а пока давайте мы поищем ключ. Если... А, вот и ключ. Ключ.
There's a small key up there. It looks lonely.
I guess you could say. It's just hanging around.
О, жесть. Все. Игра 10 из 10. Я, честно, только начал играть, уже все. По-любому я этот первый эпизод сейчас, если мне здесь никто не помешает, полностью весь пройду. И уже, наверное, сегодня вечером или ближе к ночи вы уже сможете, вернее, уже видите данное прохождение. Ох. Так, ну ключик, да, возьмем тебя.
We'll have to
Конечно.
find another way.
Не понял. Какой, ну у нас вот ключ перед нами. Забирать его надо.
We'll have to find another way.
Ну ладно.
It looks pretty. The sand, I bet, came from somewhere far away.
That dim-witted boy sells these down at the local market. So the sand probably came from...
Nope, somewhere far away. Maybe some desert.
Sure, the desert.
Hey, a flashlight. But there are no batteries inside.
There's bound to be some in the house.
We can ask Rusty if he'll give us one of his. I'll take the flashlight with me.
Да, у меня как бы есть батарейки.
This won't work. It usually takes 2 or more of these.
А, понятно.
It's mostly filled with boring paperwork. It's a boring old cabinet filled with boring stuff. For boring grown-up people.
Ну да. Взрослые всегда скучно, это я знаю.
A book titled It's a Wonderful Lie, The Judicial System and How to Exploit It for Profit. So many stupid words. I hate boring books. I just love these old paintings. If I fail in my quest to become a world-renowned novelist and Pulitzer Prize winner, maybe I'll become a painter.
Sure. Are they letting just anyone be a painter these days?
Hey, I'm only 10 years old.
Понятно. Извиняюсь, я случайно нажал правую кнопку мыши и диалог прервался. Ну, ладно. Я думаю, вы там на паузе дочитаете, что там было написано. Если вы нашли...
Please, whoever finds this log, I'm one of the developers, for bear with me. I didn't want to do it. They've made me. Please send some... Oh no, I can hear him coming.
Wow, that's just disturbing.
Yep.
Wow, that
Yep.
Жесть, ё-моё. Обалдеть, все, вот из-за вот таких вот приятных мелочей, так скажем, я буду всю комнату осматривать, даже если мы не можем взаимодействовать с предметом, то просто узнать о нем побольше вызывает интерес, потому что может произойти что-то интересное. Вот, обычно в квестах такого нет, и скучно осматривать вещи, с которыми нельзя взаимодействовать. И эти вещи пропускаются. А вот так вот, благодаря вот таким вот вставкам, мы можем это делать и надеяться, что что-то произойдет.
only for looking, not for touching, according to my mom. It's a decorative plaque of some sort, or an award for wood chopping? I don't really know. It looks expensive. I've always loved this painting. It looks familiar in a way. I feel like I've been there before.
Huh, yeah? How come you're not in it?
Да. И интересно, что же сделал такого этот разработчик, что его нашли и убили, а? Мне это любопытно. Да.
A book titled Indoctrination of Roman Dutch Law in the Courts of South Africa. Well, that makes no sense whatsoever. My grandpa's books. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but these look so boring. My grandpa's books. I know you're not supposed to judge a...
Ясно, книги. Астролистное растение.
It's growing from the sand.
Aren't you perceptive, doll? You should have been a detective.
And you should have been a 10-year-old girl, because you throw like one. It's Anubis, protector of the deceased. It's so common you would think people have an almost unnatural fascination with death.
И к чему это?
There's a number written underneath. 107. What does it mean?
10-7's the police code for an unconscious or a dead person.
That's a little grim.
I don't make the rules. I sure as hell don't follow them either.
Окей, 107. 107.
There's a number written underneath. 107.
10-7.
That's a little...
I don't make...
107. Может это какой-то код? Надо будет запомнить. 107. В принципе, несложно. Так, мы ящики эти осмотреть можем. Прикольно. Стол, который стоит ящиками нам, а не туда. Довольно-таки необычно. Коробка сигар.
Ew, cigars are gross. Of all the places in the world, the flavor country seems least appealing to me. Highly breakable. Believe me, I know. Nothing interesting about it. Lex iniusta non est lex? Funny made-up words. Although they have a certain righteous ring to them.
Так, ну вроде бы я как все осмотрел. Но ключ мы по-прежнему взять не можем. Наверное, нам надо какое-то... Нужно подставить что-то.
There's a small key. It looks low.
I guess you... It's just hanging. We'll have to find another way.
This chair is so comfortable, but we don't have time to sit around. Well, Ted will probably need to at some point. He's getting old.
Huh? Ah, I wasn't listening. You just ramble on and on sometimes.
You didn't hear me 'cause you're old.
Так, так что мы не можем кресло подвинуть и взять ключ? Да, как-то странно. Мы нашли ключ, но взять его не можем. Это прискорбно. Хорошо, давайте вернемся обратно и попробуем взять батарейку, а потом уже будем в эту дырочку заглядывать. Где
What the
он?
hell? What was that?
I don't know, Ted. Lights? Tricks?
Yeah, I guess. I'm getting too old for this.
Thing. This thing.
Yeah, sounds right.
Not really.
Прикольно, я не ожидал, что тут будут скримеры. Я как бы думал, это обычный детектив, а тут еще немножко часть мистики и хоррора. Хорроры мы любим. Хоррор это хорошо. Так, правда, я не обратил внимания на все, что там было. Я такой увидел, получается, справа был наш пацанчик. И фраза «Где он?» И все. Больше ничего, да? Наверное. Ладно, Расти, у тебя батареечка есть?
Rust, we need a big favor.
What's this about, Bear?
Rusty, we need a battery for our flashlight. We thought you could help us out.
Sure, I got batteries, but here's the problem, miss. If I give you a battery, I gotta shut down for the rest of the night, and I have to keep an eye out.
Can't you give us just one battery, Rusty? You'll still have a couple of them left, right?
Here's the thing, little miss. It's a closed circuit.
She knows. She's just playing on your soft side, Rust. We could take some of that edge off, Rust. Why don't you rest your eyes for a bit and let me and the doll here take over?
You? No offense, Bear. I respect you as much as anyone in Paper City, but this here is different. I don't think you could handle this red guy on your own. You should take care of Miss and Millie and leave the patrol to me.
Are you saying I'm not qualified for watch duty? We have to wrap this thing up, fast. There's a bottle of carrot juice in my desk that's longing for my return. We can keep an eye out for anyone suspicious in the meantime. Besides, you know I'm more than qualified. That nasty business from a couple of years ago, with them robots going missing. I was the one that brought that whole shady affair down, and you know it.
Are you trying to play me, Bear? I know you had nothing to do with that. That thing went so high up, there's no chance in hell Snoop like you even got close to wrapping it up.
You seem to have blown a fuse there, Rust. It was me who cracked that case, and I can prove it. I have the case file and the credentials, handed to me by the commissioner in my office somewhere.
Okay, settle down there, Bear. Let's make a deal. You show me the credentials, and I'll hand over the battery. It's not that I don't believe you. I just want to make sure you're not playing me is all.
Да.
Ted and Amber move away.
Oh my god, Ted, you're not supposed to read the brackets. A do-over?
Keep it rolling! We should get to my office, doll. There's an old file I have to find.
What's this whole deal about anyways? Why can't he just give us a battery? We can keep an eye out.
Rust is having a hard time coping with what happened. He worked in that mill for over 20 years, and now suddenly he's got nothing to do. Let's just do this to humor him.
Poor Rust. Okay, you're right. Let's find that file.
I think by the time this is over, we're going to meet a lot of people in his position.
О, хорошо. Он хочет папочку. Ну, типичный квест. Подай, принеси. Хорошо. Я пойду. Не будем пока в эту дырочку залазить. Я хочу сделать себе фонарик. Значит, в ванной у нас темно. Флинта зайти нельзя. Так, значит, заходим обратно к себе. Так, и в шкаф.
There should be an old file here somewhere. Nasty business from a couple of years ago. The robot union hired me to look into several cases of robot kidnappings.
I remember. That CEO of Illuminarium, Skinner, used robot parts to manufacture headlights at low prices.
Yep, I brought down that whole shady deal. Almost got shot in the process. Rust finds me unqualified for lookout duty. Probably thinks I'm a burnout.
You're not a burnout, Ted. I mean, you were more driven before, but I understand you've had a lot on your mind lately. Anyways, I'm really glad you're with me on this one.
Sure thing, doll. What, am I going to say no to you?
Thanks, Ted.
Don't mention it, partner.
Хорошо, картотека. По-любому там все, что нам нужно.
There. Is this it?
Yep, that's the one. Let's head back to that hothead robot.
Угу. Так, здрасте. Вот тебе то, что ты хочешь.
Having trouble finding your proof of competence, Snoop?
I'll find it. It's somewhere in my office. I know that much.
Sure thing, take your time. Oh.
Да, я забыл, что надо по-другому делать. Документы, держи.
There you go, buddy. Signed and authorized by Commissioner Locke himself. Anyways, we really need that battery now, Rust. Time's a factor here.
So it was you. I'll be damned. That was a big deal for us robots, you know. I always held you in high regard, Bear. But you just earned my utmost admiration, let me tell you. You can have my battery. I can use a little shut-eye, to be honest. Keep an eye out and keep little Miss here safe. Oh, and check on Millie from time to time. Make sure she's all right.
Thanks, Rust. We won't let you down.
Thank you so much, Rusty. Get some sleep. We'll wake you up in the morning.
Блин, мне вот это вот, конечно, не нравится, что он спит, потому что мне кажется, что что-то по-любому произойдет, пока он типа в отключке. Вот по-любому что-то плохое будет. Так, ну и давайте.
Hey, I got it working.
Отлично. Так, и теперь, собственно говоря, мы можем зайти в ванную. Такс.
Used by oh so many French maids.
Окей, мы это взяли.
This duster may come in handy. I'll take it with me just in case.
Метелка может пригодиться, ну как скажешь.
Pairs of towels just hanging out. It's full of uninteresting stuff. Every time I look at it, I see a beautiful princess. She's bound to live a long and happy life in a castle somewhere in France and have lots of ponies. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who will be a beautiful princess who's bound to live a long and happy life in a castle somewhere in France and have lots of ponies?
You are Amber? Like for toads?
I knew it.
Did that thing just talk?
I don't know. Did it? Used for not washing your face, because water is gross in the morning. Submerged ruins of an ancient temple. A painting of something or another. It's too small to tell. Classic TP found in most bathrooms. What's there left to say that hasn't been published in Science Weekly already? Am I right? A painting on the floor. Trying to get out of town, eh? You owe money to the art community. Listen here, man. I'll cut you a deal. I'll take on your debt and pay those money-grubbing watercolor pushers. Maybe I'll call you on your debt sometime. Maybe not. What do you say? Beats living on the run.
Понятно. Блин, туалет, конечно, какой-то огромнющий по сравнению с нашей девочкой. Так, средства.
Used to clean around the house. No,
Возьмем.
but nice try, Mom.
Окей. Корзина.
It's a trash can. Surprisingly, it's full of trash. I'm not going through trash. It's just my work ethic.
Окей.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Где деньги, Лебовский? Косметика.
Lots of creams and powders, also hair gel, a sponge thingy, some kind of paste, and so on. Intended to make you look presentable when applying for a low-income 9-to-5 position to grind away the days. I don't really know what all that means. I picked it up in a movie once. Nah, I'm pretty as it is. Just some stuff I don't really care about. They're my mom's. I'm not really sure what they're for. It's full of bathroom stuff.
Так, и что, все? Больше ничего интересного нет. Тут мы все осмотрели. Вроде бы как картина.
A waterfall. Maybe in our world, cascading water.
Понятно, ничего особо интересного. Так,
Fun
полотенце.
fact, if you stuff a bunch of them down the toilet and flush, the water will overflow and the repair guy will come to fix it. He will also complain about the economy and how he has to work on Sundays.
Ясно.
It's full of bathroom stuff.
Значит, ничего полезного нет. Я сюда что, зря пришел?
You should really know what this is by now, buddy.
It's where I take long showers and contemplate life. Also, I sing.
Ладно, то есть Ваня нам пока делать нечего. Я тут все осмотрел, и больше тут я ничего не нашел. Так, ну уходим.
What's happening? What is this? Doll, you seeing this?
I don't know, Ted. What was that?
It's fine. It's nothing, probably. It's the middle of the night, and the light is playing tricks on us. Let's go.
Вы видели его? Ну, я видел только глаз на полу. И надпись, и все. Так, хорошо, я догадываюсь, зачем нам нужен веник. Так, так, ну туда все. Хотя нет, я хотел кое-что посмотреть. Лестница.
You use them to move up and down the house.
Fascinating stuff.
А, понятно. Мы просто осмотрели это место. Ну хорошо. Так, Rust Speed. Надеюсь, с ним ничего плохого не случится. Так. Тут мы тоже вроде бы как все осмотрели, я надеюсь. Ничего я не пропустил, чтоб не... Вот, ключ по-прежнему, я думаю, взять мы не сможем. Поэтому берем вот это вот. Я думаю, мы даже применить его сюда. Да, пройти. Да, я так и думал.
There, I cleaned it up. Go crawl through.
Why don't you crawl through?
Obviously, I can't fit. Otherwise, I would totally do it.
Sure you would.
Ну что ж, что же там?
The case was spinning out of control, so fast I had to hold onto my hat. Nothing made sense, and it was getting more twisted by the minute. We've come across an old buddy of mine, who has suddenly found himself out of purpose and place. The steel mill, where Rust worked for years, got blown to bits. Hundreds of hard-working, honest people lost their jobs overnight. The police are writing it off as an accident. Coincidentally, there were a lot of accidents this past week. The whole damn city was burning up and no one was doing anything about it. Did I pick the wrong time to get out of that dump? According to Rust and Millie, one man is responsible for all this mayhem. In 1 week, he's become a synonym for fear throughout the city, and police and thugs alike are shuddering at the mention of his name. They call him the Red Man. I have a strong feeling in my gut. It's all somehow connected. My retirement, the fires, and the official cover-up. What happened to Flint, the Red Man. It's all leading to her. I feel she is the key to all of this. The last piece of the puzzle I have to solve. Does she know more than she's led me to believe? Or have I let my suspicions get the better of me? It's hard for me to admit this. It's also downright stupid. But I've let myself trust her over the years we've worked together. And I have to trust her now. Sooner or later, we'll find ourselves back in that hellhole of the city. This bond I have with her will be the only thread I'll have to hold on to when things go from bad to worse. In Paper City, all bets are off, but the stakes were never as high as now.
О, опять момент эпичности. О, братцы-кралики. Красный лоскут. Блин, тут целая куча всего. Ну и, понятное дело, бардак. Типичная комната пацанчика. Так, хорошо. Значит, получается, все связано с нашей девчулькой. Только вот как, непонятно. Как я уже и говорил в прошлой серии, кто же она такая, что за ней охотится этот красный человек, кто он такой, что он от нее хочет, почему он похитил ее брата, если это, конечно, сделал он. Вот. Неясно. Но все это мы будем с вами выяснять уже в следующей серии, ребятки, так как мы уже с вами играем полчасика. И думаю, на этом мы должны уже прекратить данную серию. И когда вы отдохнете, приступайте к просмотру следующей, третьей. Надеюсь, она к тому времени уже будет. Ну а на сегодня все. Всем пока-пока.